This is a replay to Sammy Franco TV. Uh, I wanted to make a video because by comments I think we can't touch the argument properly. I appreciate the video. On the start, I was skeptic. I was okay. That's cool, troll or I don't know, the hater, no. But I wanted to hear all the video, all the arguments, and for maybe 80 or 90%, I agree with him. I agree with him, but if someone I'm talking to you, you are talking about Jeet Kune and you put, I don't recall how many time, but probably 70-80% of the video was criticized for the trapping, for example. I can think that you don't know about the progressive school and the new school of Jeet Kune. When you tried, and I saw your movement when you make some application, I recognize the old school of Jeet Kune. And if we study properly the history of Jeet Kune, we can find that Bruce Lee never stopped to develop his Jeet Kune. He opened a school when he was young and he was in the middle of the developing. After a while, he started his career as actor. And when he was an actor, he couldn't stay in the school, okay? So he left the school to his students. And he started his career as actor, but in the meanwhile, he developed Jeet Kune. The schools, the students, start to share the old Jeet Kune, but he continued developing. How? First of all, he didn't use trapping almost anymore, only in the movie probably. But we had one person that teach my master, and they teach to me latest development of Jeet Kune, and his name was Ted Wong. Ted Wong was the partner sparring and followed Bruce Lee until his last day. Okay, because he followed him from the stage, and he was his sparring partner and trainer. They trained together a lot of time, and he started to share this new way of Jeet Kune without trapping. So your point is right. No, it doesn't happen in the street fight this with trapping. However, if we see the authentical Jeet Kune, authentical I mean the last one, the latest that Bruce Lee developed, because if we take Bruce Lee as a reference, logically, we have to take the last one developed from Bruce Lee, not the oldest one, because it's a progressive development, okay, and the latest one has to be considered as authentical. Then original from origin, someone could use trapping or whatever. When we take this approach, this point, already 70 or 80% from the criticizing should be should be revised, okay? Because when this guy, I refer to you, start to say some suggest about the fight, about what happened, it's perfectly fit. It's perfectly fit with new Jeet Kune, perfectly. Of course, he died soon, so he had no time to improve some other thing that we have to search. For example, a full contact style or other related with that. However, we have to take another point of your video argument, that this duality, hypocrisy from teachers. Jeet Kune as concept, Jeet Kune as a martial art. Jeet Kune Do is neither a concept, it's neither a martial arts. That I can tell that because my study and my work typically is related with psychological and pedagogy. And I found something very beautiful about Jeet Kune Do, because Jeet Kune Do is the only approach, we can consider the approach, that consider the human identity and subjectivity perfectly. When you study Jeet Kune Do, you couldn't stay only with Jeet Kune Do, but Jeet Kune Do is like a beginning, like the first flame that make you knowing and approaching with other schools, and to understand and to improve your way to be the best fighter as possible. And for this reason, I think today the schools didn't reach some good goals, because, for example, one criticize for me that I share with my master, with my teachers, okay, was to why don't we fight or sparring with other people with other schools? It's very hard, because you have to search people. It's not, it's utopical probably to make something like that. However, I find that could be very, very better to learn. Of course, sparring is not a real fight. However, and sparring with different styles can help you to improve your skills and something and others. Someone tried in Italy from my teachers. However, the problem was when it was so chaotic. Okay, a lot of people from other schools came and was disagreement. How can you handle that? I mean, technically and with organization and teaching. Okay, it's very, very, very hard. So I understand the difficulty about that. However, I think it could be the best approach. So we have related the I think 90% of the video. Even with that, even with this fact, because I always use Jeet Kune Do in my life when I go out, when I have problem with someone, when I have to sparring, to fight. And I'm ready here. I could evade the bad situation. I prefer not to fight, because I think it's stupid when you can avoid a fight. When you avoid a fight, you are winning. And Jeet Kune Do helped me to avoid fight, helped me to deal with aggressive people, to protect myself, to protect others, and etc. etc. I have a lot of experience about that, and not only me, but even other people that practice this way of Jeet Kune Do had good results. So the fact, if we talk about fact, our school works. The only problem doesn't work with marketing probably, because it's very, very, very hard to learn and to improve that. So I want to thank you about this video, and I want to let a message to all the Jeet Kune Do community, not to make a fight about what you believe or not, because then we can fall in some cognitive bias and come stupid fight that doesn't even have a sense. However, to take this video like criticizing, like a way to train more, like a way to be more critic, intellectual honesty, and to try something new. Why don't you try training with capoeira? Why don't you try training with stuff that you say, it doesn't work? Okay, no, try to understand, because the best way is that to be curious and to improve your skills, to improve your ability to that. Why don't you make something volunteer in some social situation with people that could be aggressive? Okay, for example, going to psychiatry to make it, and you have to feel what is the real aggression. Okay, because it's useless when you go in a fight school, you wanna fight, and you never deal with aggressive people. it's like to say I wanna become a sommelier, but I don't drink alcohol, more or less. However, I thank you, and I say hi to you. I hope probably that we can exchange some content and some a good exchanging, positive and constructive. About that, I am here in my basement from my apartment. I started to build now a small gym for me, for myself, and I hope to find some friends here to make sparring. I have someone I want to ask him them, but I moved from Germany, and I have not so much time, much money to make that, but slowly make it. And probably if you wanna also follow me, or one day we could even meet, I'm open for that. I open for every confrontation, and I hope this video that you will enjoy this video. My style to make video isn't to make some cutting, some editing. I am so my approach is natural, it's direct. So I thank you for your comments. I thank you for your criticizing, because it helped me to understand better my school, and to understand that we as fighter, as people, we can't let us we can't let us fooled by our belief. Okay, if we must always follow the path to understand, to deal with the reality, to learn more. So thank you very much, and I hope we can have a mature, educated communication about that.